me a poem, wrap it in melody, sing me the song, then let me hold it deep in my heart, where it can speak to me all the day long. The adventure of virtue, the adventure of truth, the thrill of knowing that it's up to you, building a new day, shining in the sun. This is my story, the adventure has begun.
Oh, Mom, it's beautiful.
Consider it an investment in our future, Annie. You get a new bike, and I get someone to deliver my cakes for me. Deal?
Deal.
Now, here's who they go to.
Gotcha.
Annie, promise me you'll take good care of that bike and my cakes.
Don't worry, Mom. I promise.
I'm depending on you, Annie.
Cool bike. New?
Yeah, I just got it.
Then let's break it in right. Want to race me up to Paintbrush Ridge?
I can't. I gotta deliver these cakes for my mom.
That's okay. But even with fancy new wheels, I bet I could still beat you. Catch you later.
Nope. I'm gonna catch you. Now! Slow car!
Hey! I thought you didn't want to race.
Well, looks like those two are having fun.
Fun? Where?
Something holding you back, Zach?
Annie!
Look out!
Annie!
Gotcha!
My new bike!
Whoa.
It can be fixed in time, Annie. Just be thankful Sock was in time to save you.
But what about my mother's cakes?
Give her my compliments. They're delicious.
No, they're ruined. And it's all your fault.
My fault? I didn't make your bike hit that rock.
You were the one who asked me to race.
I didn't say you had to.
Yes, you did.
No, I
You
didn't.
did too.
Calm down, you two. Now, Annie, you didn't have to say yes to Zach.
I know, but I can't pass up a race, and he knows it.
But he didn't make you race.
Yeah.
You accepted the challenge.
Yeah, and my mom told me to be careful. Now look. Maybe you should have just let me drop.
I'm glad he didn't. But your dangerous flight reminds me of a story. Anybody seen Ari? Or my book?
Whoops! Pooey! Talk about irresponsible. Sarah Salster.
Funny you should mention irresponsibility. There's a story in my collection that deals with just that. It's about a young boy in ancient Greece whose name was Icarus.
Icarus? What a funny name.
But what happened to him was far from funny. Icarus was very proud of his father, Daedalus, who was the most famous sculptor, builder, and inventor of his time. His statues were so beautifully carved, they almost looked alive. The palaces and gardens he built were magnificent. Word of Daedalus's skill and cleverness spread far and wide, even to the island of Crete, where a king named Minos had a monstrous problem with a monster called the Minotaur.
So, you see my problem, Daedalus.
The Minotaur has the strength of a bull, but the cunning of a man.
No ordinary prison will hold him. That's why I have sent for you.
Don't worry, King Minos. My father can invent anything.
Icarus's faith in his father was not misplaced, and sure enough, after several weeks, Daedalus had come up with a solution.
I call it the labyrinth. The passages are so tangled and twisted, the Minotaur will never find his way out.
I shall build it at once. should be proud of your father, Icarus. He truly is the cleverest inventor of all, and deserves to be well rewarded.
Thank you, King Minos. But now we must return to Greece. Is our boat ready to sail?
It is. But you will not be on it. You are far too clever to let go. Gods! I have decided to keep you and your son in Crete, where you can invent more wonderful devices for me. And this I shall return to my royal treasury.
Lock them in the tower!
You treacherous...
You'll never keep us prisoners. My father will find a way to escape.
Perhaps he shall.
We appear to be as trapped as the Minotaur in his labyrinth.
Surely you can find a way out.
I'm not sure, son. Minos rules the land and the sea. But not the air.
Yes.
And that is the way we shall go.
So Daedalus set to work. He gathered feathers until he had enough to tie together with thread. Then he molded them with wax.
Here is the invention King Minos demanded. It will bring water to his dry fields. And of course, now I shall need more candles so I can continue working at night. And another feather blanket for myself and my son. This tower is cold and drafty.
You did it! We can fly!
Now we must build a pair of wings for you, my son. If King Minos wants me to design his new palace, I must have more feather blankets for my son. He's caught cold. And I need more candles to work by.
At last, Icarus too had his wings, and his father began teaching him to fly.
No, Icarus. You can only stop flapping when you ride the wind. Watch me.
This is fun! I want to go faster!
No, slow down. Just a nightmare. I dreamed I was flying and fell out of bed. You are too impatient, Icarus. You must watch and learn, listen and obey. You must practice in here before you take to the sky.
So Icarus watched and learned. Then father practiced with son until Icarus could fly as well as he.
Come, Icarus, we must return to the tower.
But why? We're free! Let's leave for Greece tonight!
No, the winds are against us. We must wait until they are right.
So Daedalus waited patiently for the winds to turn, while King Minos waited impatiently for his new palace. Finally, he could wait no longer.
Genius or not, I shall show that inventor he cannot try the patience of King Minos.
At last, the wind is with us. It is time to leave, Icarus.
God! I want to speak with the prisoners. What? Where are they? No!
Look! King Minos has discovered his caged birds have flown!
We're not home yet, Icarus. Now remember what I've taught you. Do not fly too low. The spray from the ocean will wet your wings and make them heavy. And do not fly too high. The sun's heat will melt the wax. Your wings will fall apart. Just stay close and...
Yes, yes. Oh, Father, isn't this wonderful? Oh, we are truly like gods up here.
No, Icarus, come down! You're getting too close to the sun.
No, Father. To the heavens. No one ever gets to fly this close.
No! Icarus, come down! The sun! You're too close to the sun!
Father? Father!
Oh, Icarus, why didn't you listen? Why didn't you listen?
Daedalus slowly flew homeward with his heavy burden and a heavy heart. When he reached Greece, he buried his son and built a memorial to him, and Daedalus never flew again. Poor Icarus! He knew the danger of flying too close to the sun. His father had warned him, but he chose to ignore his father's advice and paid a terrible price.
I should have listened to my mom and been more careful.
But thanks to Sark, at least you didn't end up like Icarus. Perhaps you'll pay more heed to your mother's advice in the future.
What future? How can I even face my mom? I promised I'd deliver her cakes, and now I've got nothing to deliver.
Delivering on a promise is important, Annie, but would you believe even kings have a problem with that?
You mean King Minos, right? He sure didn't deliver.
True enough. But the king I'm talking about had more in common with Annie. He had a particular problem with cakes. Follow me.
Sheesh. A cat can't even clean its claws around here.